Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be talking about my first time connecting with Batuk Bhairava. Now, Batuk Bhairava is basically seen as a little kid form of Shiva, and during connecting with him during his sadhana, I was brought back to a place of being brought back to my inner child. This was an experience where, like I said, he's the little kid form of Shiva, so during one of my morning meditations of sadhana, I kind of slipped into the state afterwards after I decided just to sit there after chanting the mantra with my eyes closed, and I came to a point where it almost felt like, I disconnected from myself, disconnected even from, the from breath, and I was just in the state of pure bliss. And shortly after the state, I kind of experienced my life, seeing everything in my life go back within reverse order. And as this was occurring, then I was seeing events in my childhood and all that. That's why it really felt like this was bringing out my inner child. And it was in this time that I was, connecting all the stuff that I had learned in comic books, and realized that all that information actually was very applicable and helpful for me to understand some of these concepts in Hinduism when we talk about like the Hindu cosmology and the cosmic beings that exist in Marvel. And I was kind of seeing that I could use what people once made fun of me for being big into superheroes and, wearing superhero shirts all the time at school. I realized that I could basically use that to help me understand and help me also teach this knowledge, so I could use something that used to be seen as a weakness that I even came to the point of shutting out completely after I left college. I was like, I'm too grown up and old for these superhero things. And literally like a month prior, I had texted someone, I'm really not a big fan of the superhero stuff anymore. I think I'm all past that. But then, up into this Batuk Bhairava sadhana, I basically realized and I connected back with that, and I realized how important that was to me. And if I was ever going to be a father, seeing Batuk Bhairava and knowing that he's associated with the Swadhisthana chakra, knowing that, that's basically the outcome of the Swadhisthana chakra, is having, either a little son or a little daughter. And, it basically showed me that connection that I have with my inner child needs to still be there, needs to thrive in order for me to develop a relationship with my children in the future. So I can still be, connected to my childhood self. That way it makes it easier to have a connection with my children thereon in the future. And that's all for today's video. Jai Mahakal.